Do you need a sealed head ratchet? DeWalt thinks you do. Let's check it out. So this is the DeWalt DCF510. You can get this as a bare tool as you see it here with these two anvils, or you can get it in a kit with a power stack battery, a charger, and the bag as you see here. Now let's dive in and take a closer look at what this sealed head ratchet actually has to offer, much more than we've said so far. And then we'll actually use this and we'll come back and talk about pricing, warranty, and what we think of it. Well, what do we have from DeWalt today? Something we've actually been waiting on for a few weeks now. This is the 20-volt max brushless 3/8 and 1/2 inch sealed head ratchet. This is the kit that comes with the charger with the 20-volt power stack battery, which this actually very much complements this tool. And we'll go over that here in one moment. But brushless, cordless ratchet, sealed head unit. So got a little different head design on it with different switch. So kind of like that. We'll see if we like it by the end. And it comes with interchangeable anvils. And you can see here that, you know, there's some other things going on as well. So we'll go over all of this and kind of dig into the details here. But we have been waiting to get our hands on this because we thought it looked pretty cool and had some great features. One of the standouts is something that typically when we're looking at a cordless ratchet, we really care less in a sense. Shouldn't say care less, but anyway, this has 75 foot-pounds, which is a big claim for a cordless ratchet. Most of them come up very short on their claims when they claim big numbers on a cordless ratchet, because this is not an impact wrench and we don't think of it as one and we don't expect it to be one. We want it to run nuts and bolts in and out and on and off and be happy with that, and it not be an impact wrench or a right angle impact wrench. If you want a right angle impact wrench, then buy a right angle impact wrench. Anyway, so let's get started here. This is the DCF510. Let's take a closer look. All right, so we know it's a 20-volt brushless sealed head ratchet, and obviously if we're calling it a sealed head ratchet, it's because I'm assuming the head is sealed. And as you can see, they are taking a little different approach to the head design on their cordless ratchet. So basically your anvils push out. They have two detents on either side, which I like that. So there's actually a balanced feel. It's not just kind of rocking on that one detent, and it firmly goes in, firmly comes out, so it locks into place. You can see on the inside in here, there's a kind of a groove in every flat that allows those detents to go in any of those places, or at least in two of the places each time it goes in. So it locks firmly into place, and you push the button that releases the detents, and it comes out rather easily. So you can see here, when I press this, these detent balls can actually go inside and hide away, and then once I release, it actually pushes those back out. So again, I like that process. And the cool thing about this is what this allows you to do when you have this pass-through design is now your typical way where you'd have your trigger here and your anvil sticking up. If I want to change that, so I need to reorient, maybe I'm trying to get a fan blade loose, something like that, I can actually push this out, flip it around here, and now all of a sudden my button is on this side and my anvil sticking out that side. So you can really orient this in a difference of 180 degrees to accomplish the task at hand, if you will. Now, granted, when you do that, now all of a sudden you put the switch in the way of whatever you're working on, but it's pretty low profile and shouldn't get in the way. It does stick up a bit, but probably going to be pretty safe. And by the way, that's a very firm switch. So it's not just going to accidentally hit something. It's got a ledge there that kind of locks it into place, and you can push it over. So I like the firm feel of that switch, but it is just sticking up just a touch further than I would like it to, but I doubt that's going to be a big problem. It does come with the 3/8 anvil as well as the 1/2 inch anvil as well. As I mentioned, if you get the kit, you can get it with this power stack 20-volt battery, which is your stacked lithium versus your older cylindrical cells. So this was their first stab at the power stack, was with this pack right here, which is a great unit when it comes to keeping things slim. So I like to see that. You can also get the charger with it if you get the kit, and the bag. Now, a lot of times on these long, skinny tools like ratchets, these square pack batteries kind of take a maybe a back seat to a smaller, more cylindrical type of a 12-volt type of battery. But in this case, with the power stack, you're really not sticking out that much. Yes, it's going to get in the way a bit, but again, the ability to flip that anvil around different ways is going to keep this a lot slimmer than your typical larger packs or your typical, one-way anvil, and not being able to switch that. One thing I did notice is you've got a little grease port right here. So I'm assuming at some point in maintenance, you'll want to grease that and keep that unit nice and lubricated. Now, I really didn't see anything in the manual on how to do that, but I'm assuming that would be the service centers that would handle that. We get a trigger lock here, so we have a push button for a trigger that, it's about 2 fingers wide or about 1.5 fingers wide, so you can actually reach in several different ways to reach that, but it's not a paddle switch. You do just get a push button trigger, and then you have a lockout right here where you can actually lock that trigger out and keep that from being pressed. So if you throw it in the truck or throw it in the toolbox, you can press that lock button and make sure you're not, wearing that battery down by the button accidentally being pushed. LED light right here on the front. Once the button is pushed, that's going to shine and help to shine light on the fastener. I would have liked to seen a second LED here on the top. So again, if you are flipping that anvil over, but that's not a huge deal. I don't see this as a flashlight or a work light, so that would just be beneficial and not detrimental, if you will, for not having it. Now, as we mentioned, the power is supposed to be 75 foot-pounds, and speed on this is supposed to be up to 300 RPM. And we do get a variable speed trigger, so we can make this go pretty slow if we want to, or wide open, at the no load speed of 300 RPM. We get a weight on this with the battery, 3 pounds 6 ounces. That's probably as light as you're going to get. Without the battery, 2 pounds 10.5 ounces. So again, with the power stack battery, which is going to be a lot lighter than, say, your 5 amp hours, less than 3.5 pounds. So it's not going to be a real heavy tool that's going to bother you. And it does seem quite balanced with that power stack. You can see the pivot point being right there, almost dead center of the tool. It's pretty balanced. Right there is balanced. So a pretty easy tool to hold in your hand, regardless of whether it's a little heavy or not. And length of this to the back of the battery, you're looking at almost 16 inches, more like 15 3/4 inches. Do it this way. So from the back of the battery, the front of the tool, yeah, right at 15 3/4 of an inch. So a little shorter than 16 inches. And by the way, check this out. We got a LED tape measure. So if I were measuring this at night, I mean, what more could you ask for, right? Pretty cool idea actually for a tape measure. Shameless plug on the DeWalt LED tape measure there. Now, I was very interested to see what the size is on the pass-through here, where these anvils go in. And I figured it might be 15 millimeter, but I was wrong. It is actually 5/8 or right at 16 millimeter. So you can see here that a 5/8 wrench goes on that. And a 16 millimeter wrench goes on there, a little looser, but the 5/8 fits on there quite nice. So that would be the size of basically your internal dimensions here on the hex. What I would like to see on that is I would like to see some sockets made so that you wouldn't have to use an anvil that maybe it just slid into place like some others have done. So maybe we'll see that from the Mac side, from the more mechanic side of the company. So would love to see that, to see some low profile sockets made that just go straight in without having to use an anvil. Otherwise, you're having to use a low profile socket. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So here's a set made by SunX, so pretty well known name in the industry. And I can put those sockets in there, and it's still nice and low profile. But just think if this hex nut here was made at the right dimension, and that would actually slide in, and how much slimmer that profile would be on that socket and being able to reach those fasteners. So again, not a negative per se, just would love to see maybe some further development on the accessory side and actually seeing some sockets that would more fit the profile of the head itself. And since we have our calipers out, let's go ahead and get a measurement across this head. Yeah, so 38 millimeters or 1.5 inches across. And as far as thickness goes, right at 1 inch as far as thickness. Now I have noticed some comments on these new ratchets of asking when they'll see an extended reach version of this, and I would agree with that. I think this would be very beneficial to have an extended reach version of this ratchet. Like the sealed head design, it is a little bit thick there, but I think it will come in very handy again with the ability to swap those anvils from one side to another. Now let's see how well they hit their numbers on the torque. Okay, here we are, pretty simple. We're going to torque these fasteners and then see if we can't break it free with the DeWalt. And let's just make sure we still have a full power stack battery. Let's get these torqued. So we're going to start at 10 foot-pounds and go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 foot-pounds. Okay, it's rated at 75 foot-pounds, so we intend to break all these free. Actually, I don't think it's going to get through all these, and I won't be surprised. So I'm going to reverse and 10 foot-pounds. And that's what I figured. So, and you see, I'm trying not to do any user input and just brace this against the bottom, hit the trigger and let it go. Now, sometimes you can kind of let it be in kind of an in-between state of the teeth and let it get a little bit of a running start like that, and it went ahead and broke those free. Give it a few shots here. Again, be a little loosey-goosey and let it get a running start. Still. Yeah, several pulls of the trigger, still not getting it. So again, let it get a little bit of a run and it will break that free. I don't think that was fair to really give it that, but that was 50 foot-pounds. This is 60. And again, you can see with the pull of the trigger. I'm not knocking DeWalt on that at all, because I see this across the board with cordless ratchets that very rarely, if at all, do they meet or exceed the numbers they're claiming. I don't know how they test those, but it's not a big concern of mine. My big thing is, can I put it on this fastener, run it down, or the opposite, break it free, and then run it off. So that's my big thing, is it going to live? About somebody that's, working on a brake caliper and they need to break it free and the tool won't do it. So you got to put that manual umph in there to break it free and then run it off. So that's what I'm looking for in a ratchet. I'm not looking for a torque monster, so I'm not surprised it didn't break those free. And others say that, well, you got to do NASCAR style where you get it rolling and put it on there. And I get that. That's just cheating the system, so really not proving any power from the tool, I don't think. That's using some speed and inertia to get that faster to start going. Regardless, I think this is a pretty cool tool. I think that it has decent power. It definitely has decent power. I like the sealed head unit. You are sacrificing a little size in the thickness as well as the breadth of that. Would love to see some sockets that are made for that head. And one more thing we're going to do, let's run these back on. Going to take our torque wrench and set it at 100 foot-pounds. So I've got these first three set at 100 foot-pounds. Well, I know that the ratchet's not going to break those free. So I want to know, can I manually provide the input without having any flex in this tool? Because I know that's what's going to happen. Yeah, just break those free, and now I can run those off. So I really wasn't feeling any flex in that ratchet as I grabbed a hold of it, providing that manual input. That's one of the most important things to me on a cordless ratchet, is being able to do that and then use the speed to pull those off. So one thing we didn't talk about is kind of the size of the unit compared to their existing ratchet. And as you can see here, here's the existing, or I shouldn't say existing, both of these exist. But this is their a little bit older brushless 1/2-inch ratchet, and you can see it's about 1 inch shorter than the new sealed head version, and the head's a little bit bigger, and then tapers down, obviously more conventional style, but that'll give you an idea of the length of this ratchet. Obviously we showed you the actual length of it as well. The other thing is we'd really like to see, as we mentioned, some sockets developed that actually coincide exactly with the inside hexagonal figuring of the anyway, sockets that actually go into the ratchet itself and allow you to have a lot slimmer profile. We love the aspect of the power stack battery fitting with this because it gives it a much slimmer profile, enabling you to get into more places, and the ability to swap these anvils out from one side to the other will definitely also give you more flexibility when it comes to getting in tight places. Now, pricing on this is $249 for the bare tool with a 3-year warranty, and if you want the kit, as you see here, it's going to be $349, and the kit and the bare tool both come with the 3/8 and the 1/2-inch anvil. Check it out for yourself. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok. If you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, if you hated our video, you know the drill. Let us know in the comments why. Have a great day. Keep smiling.